Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Subwuffer Entertainment Treehouse. My name is Scarfy.
I'm Naka.
Hello?
Krüz.
You first!
Okay,
No,
come
I
on.
already went.
It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. That song that you were listening to was none other than Fox Amoore's "A Million Lights" by his recent album "Come Find Me." He is currently working on his new album called The Dreamcatcher. If anyone is, I think, or is it Fox? I forgot what it's called. But anyway, I actually asked Fox Amoore to actually play that song for you guys, and he gave me permission to do that. So I just want to thank him for doing that. He's a very, very sweet guy. I highly recommend buying his music. is actually doing a lot of good work. Now, as for, I'm not too sure, but did you guys hear about this, Indiegogo campaign that he's doing for, his new album? Or
No, I don't use Indiegogo.
Well, it doesn't matter if you use it. I'm just asking if you did you hear about it? Is what I mean.
I think I should have.
Well, no need to worry. Everything is perfectly fine by that. Let me just explain. He's working on a new Indiegogo campaign and doing this new album cover. Apparently, it seems that there was like one of my friends, and I'll just say, it's Erin. She actually was able to, spend like $4,000 donating to this campaign just to get this album out. And not only is she going to get her own composed song, but it's also likely that she actually gets to go visit Abbey Road herself and see the live recording of Fox Amore's new album. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
But as we know, Aaron Kitsune is a very, very heavy, die-hard Fox Amore fan. So it would make sense why she would donate so much. And if you're listening, Aaron, we love you. We hope to see you again, and we hope to see you again in one episode of our season 2, maybe 2. Who knows? We want to say meow meow, and
maybe 37.
And hopefully we can. What do you mean 37?
I'm just spouting off numbers. I don't know.
Maybe all of them.
Well, it's a very interesting thing to see. I mean, we've been very, very, hectic on what we've been doing, and I guess we can finally, I guess we can try and get started with our show. We have a lot to talk about. So before we start, does anyone have anything else to say, or?
I'm gonna go talk about the left turn sport. Martin Truex Jr. dominates the first round of the chase. That is all.
All right.
Turn.
Well, why don't we get to Krüz and see what's going on in the music business? Krüz.
I'm surprised there aren't that many people, because we have KoRn.
Yes, we do. We certainly do have KoRn.
So. The third song they've released off their new album, it is called A Different World, featuring none other than Corey motherfucking Taylor himself. So,
do you like Corey Taylor? Or?
Yeah! I do.
I'm driving.
How could we have S.E.T without KoRn? So now,
exactly.
This one features, obviously, if you have listened to Slipknot, you know what Corey Taylor sounds like. So that, combined with Jonathan Davis's, I don't even know how to describe it. I wrote down borderline insanity, but I mean, there's no one else like him. Those two together, it's just brilliant.
I was listening to the song, and it was interesting because it's it doesn't really sound like this kind of metal that Shutter says, I think you covered all the bands in the last episode and leave much for this episode.
No.
Shutter, you have no idea. There's much more to talk.
We are loaded as it is.
Oh, yeah.
And what am I thinking of? God, what was I going to say? Obviously I told you guys October and some of November too is loaded with great album releases. And actually is loaded, reloaded.
Oh, really?
Metallica reference, I guess.
Making jokes about Metallica. That's
so. Here's an interesting thing about this week's music. Before I go on, all of them are the same date. I shit you not. All of them are October 7th. Did these guys all get together and decide on one day?
Let's make everybody spend their money.
You have to understand. Friday is if you think about it logically, Friday is the day where everything, it's like a free man's day. Everyone is out of school, everyone gets off of work. Yeah. They finally can relax.
But it's just kind of funny. They're all doing the same day. Yeah. Who's up next? I've always said this. I've always said her name wrong. I thought it was Colat, not Caillat.
Oh, okay.
Colbie Caillat.
Colbie Caillat.
Caillat. Fucking. I'm not gonna be able to say that right ever again.
It's Caillat. Trust me.
I'm just Clay. Oh.
But anyway, regarding that music video, it's interesting because when I was listening to it, it didn't sound like your typical KoRn styled, rock song.
It sounded more like the stuff they did for Paradigm Shift, which was more like they moved away from dubstep, but it was still like heavy on the electronics, which is cool to hear. They're still holding on to that, but it's also mixing into their old style.
I agree.
It reminded me a lot of Godsmack.
Oh, Krüz loves. I thought Krüz loved Godsmack, but
they're pretty awesome.
All right, but anyway, what do you think about this music video that you saw, Naka?
I liked it. It was pretty good. That's really all I can say.
Yeah?
It's my kind of music style.
Oh.
Wait, have we moved on, or are we still talking about KoRn?
I was confused about that for a second. Oh, I realized that you started talking about KoRn already.
Yeah.
So you continued. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Anyway, what are you talking about now?
Colbie Caillat.
All right, Colbie Caillat.
Someone who's not KoRn. So we have. All right. So her album, it's called Malibu Sessions. So I obviously playing tribute to her hometown of Malibu, and every time I hear that, I think of Malibu's Most Wanted, which is a fucking hilarious movie. So her single Goldmine is already available. The album, her tour actually starts tonight in Oro Valley, Arizona, so it's probably a bit late for people to get tickets, but
a bit.
I think October 7th, along with the album release, she'll be starting her tour in California, I think in LA. So, yes, yeah. Just starting right away.
Yeah, I listened to Colbie Caillat, and I was a huge fan of her hit Bubbly. I loved Try. I adored Try. It was just the music video I can't get enough of. I highly recommend you listen to Colbie Caillat's Try. It's really, really good. I'm pretty sure you've heard it on the radio like a million times, because you know how the radio is, always playing the same old song every single time.
The same five songs. Oh my god, it's the same 5 songs.
The radio stations, they play the same 5 songs. The same 5 songs. The same 5 songs. The radio stations, they play the same fucking songs.
But anyway, what do you think about Goldmine or Colbie Caillat, basically, Naka?
It sounds a little too Taylor Swifty to me, and this is...
Well, this is just one of her videos, though. Like if you listen to her other videos, they do not sound Taylor Swift at all.
Yeah, she's not a Taylor Swift knockoff.
All right, good.
I mean...
I'm not that big of a pop music person. That's just my opinion.
But, at least she's better than Justin Bieber.
Yes, we can all agree on that.
You're setting the bar pretty low with that one.
Yeah, sorry. Colbie Caillat kind of triumphs over that. But anyway...
both musically and morally.
Yes.
It's
actually a pretty good cinematography in the music video. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I like the, what do you call it, sepia color beach scene.
Mm-hmm.
That gives it that kind of feel.
Yeah.
So, you told me, you sent me the video for Try, and the only other time I heard it outside of that was I was at Rite Aid or something, and it came on.
Really? It was a very catchy song that was playing on the radio for a long ass time.
That's why I don't listen. That's why I've pretty much boycotted all radio stations except for a few.
That's what I've done.
I can't really listen to the radio anymore unless it's either a satellite radio or Pandora.
Yeah, Pandora's much better.
3 a.m. 3 in the morning, you just hear Raw Dog on Sirius XM.
Raw Dog.
But anyway, regarding I like Colbie Caillat. I think she's a very, very talented singer. I do hope that she does well with her next album.
Yeah, she seems like I don't know. It just looks like it's one that's just I guess it's the name for me, but it's seems like it's one that's actually sat down and actually worked on it, because it's got her hometown name in it too.
Anyway, guys. So what's next, Krüz?
Next is and adding on to the relatedness of all this stuff is an artist who has worked with Billie Joe Armstrong of Green Day. It is Norah Jones.
I waited till I saw the sun.
Yep.
Don't know why I didn't come.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that.
This is my indoor voice.
I was actually listening to the song, and I'm not gonna lie, that was actually a really touching video. I liked it a lot. Like I don't know. I know that it. I don't know. I'm maybe her song sounds a lot like Spinach Rag, but I don't know. I actually really like it.
Spinach what?
Ragtime.
I'm not sure what that meant. Spinach ragged.
It's fine. There's a genre called ragtime.
I know that, but you said spinach ragged.
Okay.
I thought that's what you were saying.
I confused Final Fantasy VI's Spinach Rag as an actual song for a genre of ragtime. Okay, can we please move on?
No.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
I don't really think it's that funny, but keep going.
Well, why I found it funny. Okay. By the way, as a side note, the thing she did with Billie Joe Armstrong is called Foreverly. It was a cover album of classic folk songs. For the song she has available now, it is called Carry On. I did listen to that, but I immediately forgot how it went, and I got it confused with the one that Scarfy was just like humming along to.
Don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I got it mixed with.
Well, everyone knows that song. It's like a really popular song.
Yeah. Everyone knows the song.
Everybody do the flop. Right.
And let's all do the cramp.
No, wait, don't jump. You have so much to live for. Everybody do the flop.
That was hilarious. Anyway, guys, but anyway, I love Norah Jones. I liked this particular music video that she made. So, in my opinion, yeah, I think it's really good.
It does look really good. I mean, it looks more like it's not like what do you call it? It's kind of hard to separate non-mainstream pop from mainstream pop because it's pretty much the same. But this seems more like Colbie. I think I said it right actually, and less like Jesus of those like popular for 5 days songs and then forgotten about. It actually seems more like actually written stuff.
Right. But anyway.
What's this?
But anyway.
So, it sounds like a nice doo-wop tone and Motown feel. I dig it.
You do?
I dig it.
Alright.
Do you got it? Oh boy.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
We have Psalm 41. They're back. 13 voices. And the reason I'm not mentioning release dates anymore is because, as I told you, they're all coming out on the same day. All right. So, here you go. Pop punk. Yeah, it ain't going away anytime soon.
It's a damn good thing, in my opinion.
Clearly demonstrated by, Psalm 41 just comes right out for the song God Save Us All, Death to Pop, which, it's really calling him out. It's like, I want to listen to, it goes like, I want to listen to something real. And proof that pop punk is not, not fading away anytime soon. We had new Blink-182 this year. We're having a new Green Day also, new Sum 41. And, while some of them might have sold out Fall Out Boy, many of them actually continue to, do stuff that's actually their style, like Sum 41 and Green Day.
I was listening to one of their songs, and I listened to Fake My Own Death. That, in my opinion, was like the most creative music video I've ever seen. I'm not even. Sum 40. Fake My Own Death, in my opinion, was the most creative music video that I've seen thus far this week.
Yeah, it was pretty well done.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Naka?
What do I think? Thank God Sum 41's back, and punk pop music, that fusion, is not fading anytime soon, and thank God.
Well, what do you have to say about the Sum 41? Like, what is your favorite thing about it?
Well, War, it's not only a very good music video in my opinion, the sound is very much like it's reminiscent of punk from like the 90s, 2000s, I like Green Day, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yep. That's
but it's something that's very refreshing for me, something that I can listen to. Maybe not necessarily non-stop on repeat, but it would be in one of my playlists.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, I think I like the song War. I think it's also about, because when I looked it up, I think their vocalist, I think he was in rehab for some alcohol abuse. I think, I'm not entirely sure. You can look this up yourselves. But
Mahal?
Yeah. And then he came back, and then he is sobered up and whatever, and he sounds good. And I think War was sort of referring to that struggle too, which is pretty deep when you think about it. So
that's deep, bro.
Now, them's heavy words. Now we have. I don't think this is quite a sellout, but it's getting dangerously close. We have new Kaiser Chiefs called the album's called Stay Together. So they used to sound more like, what do I call it? Alt rock bands, like they sound sort of like Blur and Muse a bit. Many might know their song from Guitar Hero 3, Ruby, which is one of the songs they played live when they were the ones touring with Green Day in 2009. So they've changed quite a bit. Their new songs they don't use a real drum set in the songs. It's an electronic drum beat.
Oh, it's a synth?
Not exact. No, I mean, it's a drum machine in the songs. It's kind of like what KoRn did with Path of Totality, even though they did use. They played with real drums live, but they recorded with a drum machine. So it's I don't know.
Like,
it's a little more EDM than rock.
I don't know. I was listening to Hole in My Soul, and believe it or not only did I think that the music video was well shot and the cinematography was like fantastic.
Yes.
But I kind of knew the moment that Naka was going to put it in. Like, I kind of knew that he'd like it because it has race cars in it.
Yeah,
I'll talk about that in a minute.
I'll give it that. It was a very cool video, but I'm just not sure. Just because of what I heard of them first, and now I hear this, I'm just kind of like, what the hell happened to them? Did they just forget a drummer?
Trust me, I'm pretty sure they haven't. Look. If I don't if David Bowie can change his style, I'm pretty sure other people can too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. When I was listening to this song, and I actually kind of liked it for what it was. I know it's probably not what you were thinking of, but I don't know. I liked it.
It's not bad because it's like it's catchy stuff, but I think that's the problem, is that that's all it is. It's just meant to be catchy. It's not meant to be memorable. It's not. I don't know. It's just kind of a little bit disappointing, but it's not bad. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm talking badly about it because it's pretty good. I mean, everyone should give it a chance at the very least.
Right, of course. But anyway,
and yeah, like KoRn, they still might change their style again and go back to what they were doing earlier.
What do you think, Naka? Because when I was looking at this video, I kind of liked it. I liked it a lot.
All right. First of all, they weren't race cars. They were factory fresh Honda Civic Type Rs, which are not available in the US yet, but they will be in like 2017, 2018. Second of all, those are custom liveries, like custom wraps for the music video. And third of all,
dope.
I don't know what racetrack they're at, even though I'm the one who's supposed to know about cars. Fourth of all, good cinematography.
Thank you. That's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. Yes, Ricers. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Ricers!
Wrong Civic.
Ricers.
Wrong!
But anyway.
Wrong!
But anyway.
Whole lot of hoopla to make over a music video, right?
Wrong!
Alright. So, sort of on a related topic, we have... This I'm very personally excited about because Green Day is the first band that I really found that I liked. They're one of the reasons I play guitar. They were my first concert too. They are finally back. Bang, bang, motherfucker! Alright, it's almost here. Just like their magnum opus, American Idiot, this album comes at a perfect time where the toxic political atmosphere. Let's not get into that too much, but it's fairly obvious at this point.
Yeah, of course.
Will you be having the turd sandwich or the giant dish?
There we go.
Yes. While the redneck agenda is come and gone, Revolution Radio still seems to elude a voice scrambling to be heard, spreading the word of revolution. So we have 3 songs. Bang Bang, which is the first one that came out, which is the most, I would say, the fastest out of them. It's kind of refreshing to hear them actually, going back to something as energetic as Take Back from a Nimrod. It's, I mean, that I haven't expected, but Revolution Radio's, the title track, is so really good. Still Breathing is pretty dope too. I mean, I'm really excited for this album because it seems like while Uno, Dos, and Trey were not bad, it was kind of, they were going to more like the pop punk kind of stuff.
Ew.
It was, but there's some good stuff, like Filthy Rotten Bastards is a great song. What else am I going to say? Lady Cobra was really good. But yeah, they're back to more of their American Idiot era style.
That's actually kind of cool to realize that. Also, I just want to let the chat know there are some songs that we have on the agenda that is not being portrayed in the chat. If you don't see them on the chat, don't worry. We will be posting the other songs when the episode is debuted. We just wanted to let you guys know that. So yeah.
They'll also probably be in the suggestions. If you go to one of the Green Day songs, then the other ones will probably be in the suggestions too.
Yeah.
So you'll find them there.
The way that we decided to do the music from now on is that Krüz will be providing samples of the artist's music, and we have the chance, and we are required to listen to at least one from every single album, and some of them have 2 or 3. But as for me, I just kind of decided to listen to them all, but that's okay. It's
very much okay.
Yeah.
It's Green Day.
Right. Green Day's awesome. I kind of prefer their old stuff, but I'm actually glad they're going back to their old roots with this new album. So that should be interesting.
They went back to, I mean, it was Dookie that really made them successful, but the thing that really bolstered that was American Idiot.
Right.
Yeah. American Idiot was the one that really got them, on the world stage, and going back to that is probably, and they've done really well so far. Okay, Cody is freaking out or something. All right.
Cody really likes Green Day.
Yep.
I think that red liquid coming from your paw is either strawberries or strawberry blood.
Probably, yeah.
All right, can I get a word in?
What?
Can I get a word in about Revolution Radio? It sounds a lot like American Idiot and a lot of punk songs, and I'm really happy for that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do like punk music, even though I should listen to more of it, I'll be honest. But, the only station I listened to in GTA 5 was Channel X. Nothing but punk rock.
Yeah, boy!
And the talk show station, but...
just because it's just, completely wrong.
Chakra attack!
Chocolate. All right. So
anyway, let's continue.
we are going to get into some really deep, dark, scary shit. Meshuggah, it's finally here. One of the, if not the heaviest band of our time, will be releasing The Violent Sleep of Reason on October 7th. And as I've noted earlier, which I found this cool because I've studied Francisco Goya a little bit. It comes from his painting, The Sleep of Reason Produces Monsters. And so that's the concept that the band has been playing on. And I guess spurred by the djent movement in metal, and that's spelled D-J-E-N-T. And it is defined as onomatopoeia for the sound. Like you'll know it when you hear it. It's also on the Doom soundtrack. Down to really, they use 8-string guitars.
I heard you're like a really hardcore Doom soundtrack fan.
Oh my god, I love that shit.
Doom's great.
By the way,
do you own the soundtrack or no?
Yeah, I do. I own most of it. I didn't buy all of it because some of them are filler songs, but I got like BFG, Division, and Rip and Tear are the best. And also Flesh and Metal because Flesh and Metal.
Right, of course.
So that's Mick Gordon. That soundtrack is available now. Apparently, according to Scarfy, it's the #1 selling game soundtrack, which I can believe because it's fucking awesome. By the way, more about djent. It's more about like really talented guitars, 8-string, palm muting. It's more percussive. I looked up this other band that uses that genre, S.E.T, which is S-I-K, capital T-H.
Right.
And I will put that into the chat real quick. There, that's what it looks like.
I was gonna say Meshuggah.
Yeah, Meshuggah, give me some Meshuggah. So the 2 videos out now are Born in Dissonance was the first one, and Nostrum, Nostrum, not Nordstrom. That's the one that has the 360-degree lyric video, which is pretty cool to look at, especially if you have it on a mobile device. Mm-hmm. You can just hold your phone out and like turn and look around at the album artwork, stuff moving around you. It's really cool.
I hate to be a negative Nelly, but listening to Meshuggah's music, I'm not a metal hardcore fan like you are, Krüz. And
what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I kind of listen to Metallica over Meshuggah.
Fight me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the thing about Meshuggah, it's understandable because it's like
I can't understand what they're saying. I'm sorry. I can't. I mean, even the lyrics are kind of disjointed a bit.
Sometimes it depends on the point in the song for me, but sometimes I can't. But that's when I just look up the lyrics. That's what the lyric videos are for too.
Yeah.
It's easier to understand if Born in Dissonance, I believe. But I was going to say about Meshuggah, it's very unusual time signatures. It's more of experimental stuff.
Right.
It's the drummer Thomas Hawk is I don't even know how he does it. He's a fucking wizard. He and the guy from Tool are like 2 of the best drummers in all of metal.
Right.
So yeah, if you want some really, really heavy shit that'll, go into the deepest realms of the psyche, Meshuggah is your shit. Or your sugar.
Or Meshuggah.
Give me some Meshuggah.
No, that's fine. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys will love Meshuggah. I listened to one of their songs and I'm just not a fan. I apologize. I'd rather listen to Metallica where I can actually hear their voices.
Yeah, I mean, what's his name? I forgot his name. Jens. That's the guy's name. If you look, I looked him up. His picture on Wikipedia is fucking hilarious. He's making a dorky face. But yeah, he's quite an interesting sounding vocalist.
Right.
But I think now it's time to move on to the grand finale, and we've saved the best for last. while you all may not know his name, Ennio Morricone.
Morricone.
Morricone. I'm butchering this shit.
Ice cream cone.
I still don't have my ice cream. So his album is called Morricone 60. As just with all the other ones, as I said again and again, it's on October 7th. Please don't ask me. It's all the same day.
Okay. You know what? I'm just going to type on the video. I'm just going to type on the chat. All of the
bubble
albums
blowing babies will be beaten senseless by every April
party painters in the bar. It was only like 2 weeks ago.
Thank you for interrupting me, for putting the come on, guys.
There we go. Come on, get your shit together, man.
Can I just say something real quick?
Ennio... What?
It was like 2 weeks ago I found out that goddamn Motorhead was in that goddamn movie, the SpongeBob movie, and I was so sad that it took me so long to figure that out.
Oh my god. Wait, for their... In that biker club?
Yeah.
I had a feeling... If you had a feeling that was some classic Speedball or something, that's cool. And it took me the longest time to realize also that it was Home Alone 2, that Donald Trump is in the movie.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to realize that. He's the one who says down the hall and to the left. Anyway, we're getting way off topic. Ennio Morricone. You all probably have heard his music in some form or another. He's the one he did soundtracks for The Good, The Bad, The Ugly, and Once Upon a Time in the West, and a shitload of other classic westerns, TV shows, you name it, he's done it. And all his greatest hits are going to be released on one album, Morricone 60. And my favorite thing that he's ever done was The Ecstasy of Gold, because Metallica used that in their 1999 S&M album as their intro.
Hell yeah.
Yes, that was awesome.
They did. SFSO did a great job covering that. So, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is one of them I included. The other one is, which I believe he said that it said will be on the album, is the Neve from The Hateful Eight, which is the theme. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get the whole thing, but I'm definitely just going to get a few of the songs because, I mean, The Ecstasy of Gold is a masterpiece, in my opinion.
So, what do you like? You saw The Hateful Eight. In fact, I showed it to you. And you were a really big fan of the film. I suppose.
I love Quentin Tarantino.
Oh well, did you like the music that they had to show, especially when it came from Ennio Morricone?
It was great. I love it. It created I love that they did it with a slow, what do you call it? Zooming out, and it just created a real chilling but spooky atmosphere too. It was just eerie.
Yeah. It was like my favorite thing about Ennio Morricone's Neve from The Hateful Eight was just the fact that the film begins on a black screen, and the second those strings hit, it's just such eerie sounding, and when the screen pops up, it's nothing but a beautiful landscape of the mountains. I also did a review of Hateful Eight and as well as the other well-known Tarantino films, which you can check on my Letterboxd account if you guys are interested. But anyway, I'm getting off track. Ennio Morricone, he's a very, very good composer. He only speaks Italian, so don't even think about trying to have an interview with him if you're not speaking Italian.
If you can get an interview with the man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a wizard.
Did you know that he composed the film without seeing the film?
I still am baffled by that. I mean, I don't know what the image he got in his head for if Quentin Tarantino might have just said, yeah, it's just snowing in that scene or something, and then he just went on and said, okay, I'll write a song about snow, and you get this freaking piece of brilliance.
Yeah. Have you seen The Hateful Eight, Naka?
I still need to catch up on a lot of movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We noticed because it took you so long to see Zootopia. I still have absolutely no idea why you didn't see Zootopia when it didn't come out, when you had the plenty of opportunities to. But whatever, you finally saw it. Let's move on.
Making fun of me.
Stop shaming him.
It's okay.
It's not
it's
a requirement to see Zootopia, but you just might be, ostracized if you don't.
No. It's actually fine. I do know a couple furries who have refused to see Zootopia for whatever reason, but it's perfectly fine. Anyway, we're getting a little off topic here. I'm a huge fan of Ennio Morricone. I highly recommend you check him out. I think Nev is his best piece of work from the Hateful Eight with those slow, eerie violins. But other than that, what do you think? I hope you enjoy it. And Krüz, why don't you transition?
Yeah.
I just have
All
4
right.
words. The ecstasy of gold.
That's do, 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 do. It's just
That's all I have to
epic
say.
and brilliant. And my high school actually used that in one of their homecoming videos. It was really cool. So I think, it's not quite yet, but we're going to transition to Naka with video games, and it looks like it's got a badass lineup as well.
Sort of. So
Let's go!
So the first game we are starting off with tonight is Mafia III. It's been 6 years of no Mafia titles. 2K finally delivers. The third game in the famous open-world crime series. The players dropped into 1968 New Orleans, Louisiana, and takes control of a mixed-race Vietnam veteran, Lincoln Clay. When he returns home, he finds a family in the Black Mafia. While the racism is blooming, because it's 1968 Louisiana, Clay seeks revenge against everyone who has wronged him and his family. Kind of like John Marston in Red Dead Redemption, but that's something that I just thought of. Maybe Red Dead Redemption and Mafia are connected universes. Hey, it's just a theory. A game theory.
No map hat.
I'm gonna go out the window now, but it's a game, it's a game series that I've never played. But I've always been fascinated with the Mafia style of games. Vintage classic feel has always been a point that I like. It also explains why I like a lot of older games. I should actually play Mafia 3, that and Call of Duty World at War. But I digress.
Nero!
Nero, it's nice to see
Yo.
you. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know, next time, if it's possible, could you say the release date at the very end of your summary?
Oh yeah,
Not that it
sorry.
matters. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It comes out in. When does
Seriously,
it come out?
everything, all the games this week come out on October 7th, so I can shut up
Not
about the release date.
Every fucking
not
money
the
wants
next
to come out October 7th.
Not the next game.
Hold on.
Well,
Let me get
all
to my
right, all
point.
right. I'm spoiling, but anyway, Mafia 3. What do you think, Krüz?
I looked at this one. I was a little confused on the time setting,
Mhm.
but it looks. I like the whole idea. Like, you're in kind of the, what I want to say, sort of the height. I think it was. Well, this was after post civil rights movement, or sort of like in that kind of tension and an era that looks like really cool to be on a mission in that setting. So that looked really exciting.
Yeah, I was looking at it, and it looked kind of like Godfather the game, and that does exist, people. Please check it out. Anyway, it kind of looked.
Refuse.
I like
Yes.
that. I like this line. It's like, "Did you help in the murder of Jonathan Clay?" He's like, "You're goddamn right, I did."
But anyway, Mafia 3, I look at it, and it looks interesting enough. Do I think I'd buy it? Probably not. I mean, I'm not even sure if what game system does Mafia 3 come out on? You didn't say.
I believe it's going to be PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Oh, all right. Well, I was just making sure because I'm looking at it and I don't see it, but it's.
I
but
forgot to add that to
hopefully,
the agenda. I'm sorry.
if we're wrong, we do apologize. We're not perfect people, guys. Well,
We're not very smart either.
We're not Polygon.
No, we're not Polygon, but anyway, that's all I have to say about Mafia 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, transitioning into Gears of War.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Gears of War
Okay.
4. This is the first Gears of War game for both Xbox One and PC. Gears of War 4 is set 25 years after the end of Gears of War 3, after the decimation of Locust and Lambent threats on the planet Serra. However, J.D. Phoenix, Sodom series protagonist Marcus Phoenix, has to take up the mantle to protect humanity against a new race of monsters. The
Are you sure it's not Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. It probably is Phoenix, but it's
6
just
over
like
1.
spelled differently.
Okay, well, there's also Phoenix Down in Final Fantasy VI, and that's the whole reason why I'm asking that, because Phoenix is actually spelled F-E-N-I-X in Final Fantasy III, which is 6 in Japan. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here.
Yes.
Continue.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yes.
The Ultimate Edition, aka the $100 version, releases October 7th for the Xbox One and Windows 10 PCs, while the Standard Edition releases October 11th for the same systems. The trailer, included in the link, has Disturbed's cover of The Sound of Silence, and it fits so damn well. It gave me freaking chills.
Feelsy.
Oh, it was fantastic. I was looking at it. And I was like,
The only song that could have worked in any way better would have been A Lifetime of War, or the Swedish version, En livstid Krieg, Sabaton. Listen to that shit; it'll give you chills.
But Sound of Silence was just as chilly.
It was
God.
perfect.
And then I've just a little more. I've really only played the first Gears of War game, and I liked it. Gears 4 looks like a really good game in the saga. The trailer itself is so ballsy and beautiful. If I had an Xbox One or a more powerful PC, I'd be picking it up, but I don't have either. I don't want to mention more about Gears 4 because I don't really know much of what it will be in.
Yeah, I haven't played any of the Gears of War, but I like the setup, and I
They're
think
really good games.
I think that the use of Sound of Silence might have just sold me on the game in and of itself, just because it just made it look so fucking epic.
Mm-hmm.
I know, it did.
And I really should have gotten some hands-on when I was at PAX West when I had the chance. And this is something a little bit off topic. If I ever have time in my metal sculpture class, I want to make the Gears of War logo out of aluminum and steel.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I made a whole batarang when I was at my blacksmith shop.
You also made a pair of brass knucks, which is illegal, by the way. But
Unless it's like the guy who was at the shop with, he said this is 100% illegal unless you say it's a paperweight. So it's a air quote paperweight for now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a name for this episode already. The off-topic episode.
No.
Or going for Monty Python's and now for something completely different.
we can't call it the off-topic episode because
yes, we can.
Hold on. Let me finish.
It's for the customer.
I know, but let me finish, okay? We can't call it the off-topic episode because all of our other episodes are off-topic. What makes this one so special?
Because we say it a lot.
No, whatever.
We've actually said it a lot this time.
All right. Well, Gears of War 4. I think it's my brother. I've never played the game myself. My brothers are a huge fan of Gears of War. I heard that Gears of War 2 was actually pretty damn good.
Gears 2 was one of the best games for the 360.
Oh, it was, and I was looking at it. I was like, Gears of War looks very, very interesting. And then with Gears of War 4, it's like 25 years. That's kind of weird. Why they would decide to have a time shift, that far into the future.
So,
but
in the trailer, sorry to interrupt, but was Marcus? Was that the guy who was the older man in the music video, or not music video? It was a music video, but was JD? Is that the little boy?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
So that's like his memory. Okay. It all comes together.
We're not calling it the off-topic episode, guys. But anyway,
we might have to at this point.
No.
Just go off topic.
Just take the L and go on with it.
Take the L and go on. There we go. Episode title.
More off topic. I'm happy to take the L for the Ravens because the O's made the playoffs and the Patriots got shut out. Suck it.
Okay, Gears of War 4, I think is a very, very interesting, game. I haven't played it, honestly, but other than that, it looks cool. I don't think I'd buy it because I don't have an Xbox One or a PC.
That's powerful enough.
I do have a PC, just not powerful enough. But anyway, might as well. But anyway, other than that, is that all you have to say about it, Krüz?
Pretty much. I'm definitely gonna look more into this game. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it because I do kind of want to get Battlefield 1 because World War 1.
Wait, do you actually have an Xbox One?
Yeah, dude, it looks
All right, never
beautiful.
mind. I was about to say, it's like, you have a Mac, you're fucked.
Yeah, well, I like to have no viruses. Oh, mic drop. What? And because it's better for recording, in my opinion. I only got that because they were doing. Yeah, my PC pretty much died. It was a sad little Acer.
You've gone off topic
Anyway.
for the upteenth time.
Okay, can we
Wait,
please...
we did?
Come on!
This is like the fucking thing on Facebook with the guy that keep trying to shoot the commercial and he can't say buttery crispy. God damn it! I can't even say it now. Buttery flaky crust. And he keeps saying baked in a buttery crispy flake.
Anyway,
He can't say it.
let's move on.
I'm not ready for this next one. The thingy is scary. I wanted to cry in this next trailer. I really wanted
Five
to
Nights
cry.
at Freddy's, sister location. Ah,
Please no.
crap. Well, it looks like we're
Please
in the night
God.
guard of a sister location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Ass
Again.
glued to the chair.
This is the 5th game in the series that is actually canon, as FNAF World was a crappy spin-off. Play as a night guard in a dangerous place and try to survive the night for 7 nights and a shitty paycheck, only to be fired for making memes on the job. That's not actually what happened. Like, I just added that last part.
Story of my life. Fired
Use
for
your
making
eye-
memes.
Use your eyes and
Five
ears to
Nights at
survive the
Cody's.
nights and try not to get jump scared. I'll be honest, I liked the first game in the series. Then it kind of went downhill from there. 4th game was pretty good in my opinion. It's play as a child in a completely new environment, but I digress. That word, I'm not sure. I think you do not know what it means, what you think it means. The game...
What you think it memes? Ah!
Oh my
Good
god,
one.
I can't speak. Anyway, this game exploded with popularity for some reason, and I never understood why. You can pick it up if you... you can pick it up if you like on October 7th for your Steam library. I won't be buying it. I'll watch Markiplier play it.
Yeah,
No,
Hawthorne
I'm not
knows
buying
how
this
to-
shit. Because, I mean, I'm not because it's bad. I mean, not because I don't think it's bad, but I just think, that whatever this Harley Quinn looking animatronic doll thing, I that's the one thing I cannot do in horror movies is dolls. They scare the shit out of me. Oh my god.
Alright,
I'm gonna go cry.
I'm not done.
I'm not-
Scott Cawthon
I'm gonna-
knows how to make a game well and milk the franchise. Nothing against that. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a point where people, like me, eventually get tired of it. If you're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, go ahead and play it. I'm just stating my opinion is all.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. I actually own Five Nights at Freddy's, the very first one, on my Steam library. I don't have any intention in owning this game at all.
No.
I kind of just want to watch Markiplier's Let's Play of it.
I will
All
definitely
good things.
vote to do
Good thing
that.
it comes out in a week.
Let's hope he actually does it, because he actually ended up skipping on FNAF World, if only because he didn't like that it was a spin-off title. But
Yeah, that's probably why I would guess.
yeah,
Oh,
hopefully
that's
with this
crap.
game we'll actually have a lot more variety. But other than that, it looks good. It looks good at least. I'm pretty sure Scott Cawthon is making millions of dollars to make these godforsaken games. But other than that, I have nothing else to say for this one. I'm pretty sure a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's will appear once again in the fandom, just like it always has, because we're huge fans of Five Nights at Freddy's for whatever reason. But anyway,
7 Nights of Furries, remember?
anyway, you're not getting it, Krüz, are you?
Yeah, as soon as I saw it. Well, first, as soon as I saw it was Five Nights at Freddy's, I was like, no. And then as soon as I saw that Harley Quinn animatronic fucking nightmare, I was like, nope.
Nope.avi
nope,
stopped
nope.
working.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about it.
Can we move on? We're
Yes.
moving on to Paper Mario Color Splash. Following closely
This-
in the
Keep going.
Following closely in the shoes of Sticker Star, Color Splash is less RPG mechanic based and more puzzle solving and adventuring. Paper Mario has to solve the mystery of color being drained from an island, and for the first time ever in a Paper Mario game, the Koopalings are the enemy. Relying on a partner system, Paper Mario can now use enemy cards to summon enemy characters that then attack his opponents. I guess that this is the Splatoon crossover title, because Splatoon is where all the color went. Hey, don't look at me. It's just a theory. A game theory. Da 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 da. Out the window. This is a Paper Mario game I can get behind. I'm actually kind of sucky at RPG games, but Paper Mario has always had a charm. Never forget when Yoshi said this. I believe it's in Thousand Year Door. I can swallow anything. I gotta play Thousand Year Door again. It's been too long. I also need to pick up a Wii U one of these days. There's so many good games that I've missed out on because I don't have a Wii U. And Color Splash is a motivator for me to pick one up, even though there are still games like Mario Kart 8, Mario 3D World, Smash 4, Pokken Tournament.
Yes,
Blah, blah,
I wanted Pokken Tournament.
But for those who do have a Wii U, I want you guys to play and enjoy Color Splash for me, because it releases on October 7th, and I want everybody who has it to have a good time. What do you guys think?
I checked. I'm not sure if it's just because it's like not that much of an upgrade from the original Color or Paper Mario, but it's like they're just a few more dislikes than likes on this one. I guess because people are like,
Yeah,
no, we don't want you to make this series. We want you to work on another series. And they mentioned,
dude.
They mentioned. Hey, hold on. They mentioned Thousand Year Door. They wanted a sequel to that, I believe.
Dude, you need to understand something. I've played Paper Mario's. I've played all the Paper Mario games, okay? And I've played Sticker Star. It is a horrible game. It compared to Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, where the Thousand Year Door focused more on actually telling a very, very good story, and not like Sticker Star, where there's hardly any story, hardly any creativity. All of the battle systems sucked, and I'm looking at this trailer, and literally, I took my glasses off right now. I actually have them off as we speak right now, and I'm here to say I am not excited for Color Splash at all. I think I don't like the battle system that they have. They wanted to stick to the old roots of Paper Mario Sticker Star. I understand that there's a lot of people who love the Paper Mario series, but I'm sorry, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is still the best Paper Mario game, hands down. Please play it. I encourage you all to play it. Do not play Sticker Star. You will be sadly disappointed. In fact, I played Sticker Star, got to the final boss. I never beat the final boss because I was so disappointed with what it had to offer. That's all I really have to say about Color Splash. I literally, until I see reviews seeing exactly what it has to offer, I'm not excited for this game at all.
Okay, Debbie Downer.
No, I'm not being a Debbie. I'm not being a Debbie Downer. You really need to play Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door and see if I'm being a Debbie Downer or not.
I know I played one of them, but I cannot remember for the life of me which one it was.
Super Paper Mario for the Wii?
I think it was that one.
Yeah, well, that one...
I think it's like the pink Goomba that's on your side, I think.
No, that's Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
That's the one I played then, yeah.
That one is fucking fantastic. They need to go back to those old roots. Yes.
Yeah, that's what all the comments were saying.
What Cody Fox said again, make GameCube great again.
I still have all my GameCube games. I still have Melee. I still have Mario Kart Double Dash. And I still have Need for Speed Underground 2. What was the other one?
Get it for PC. Get it for PC, Mac.
Oh, I think I only got the only one I got for an iOS was Shift on the iPad, and I stopped playing that after it just kept frustrating me. After I tried to turn and it would just flip the screen upside down. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's the thing with Shift on the.
I would lose the race because of that. Is infuriating.
That's a thing with EA racing titles on mobile platforms, but.
God.
Anyway, are we going to transition to movies? Yes, we're going to transition to movies with Scarfy.
Yeah, just give me a couple seconds. I need to get the salt out of my system. I do apologize. It's just I don't like. I'm not excited for the new Paper Mario game.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I think what's coming up next, it just looks like he's going to get even more salty.
All right.
Where are them crackers at?
Moving on. Moving on to
saltine challenge up in here.
Moving on to movie news. Well, it seems that Jon Favreau, director of the brand new live-action Jungle Book, sadly cannot leave well enough alone, as it turns out that apparently his next project is to make a live-action Lion King just because you thought the animated movie, Broadway musical, soundtrack, and merchandising just wasn't enough for you. While no release date has been announced, I guess you could say the furry fandom is actually quite excited about it, while also having mixed feelings, as I do think that The Lion King is talked about way too much in this fandom. However, I'm most displeased that Disney has continued on this downward spiraling trend of turning animated classics into live-action cash grabs just because of nostalgia, only nostalgia, and nothing else. While I do think The Lion King is a great film, sadly the fandom has caused me to despise it with every fan I see. It's not because of the innuendos or implications of sex in the movie. It's just that I think Lion King is an extremely overrated piece of work with how much merchandising of the film is out there, and there is a lot of it. By the way, you can read my entire film review of the original Lion King on Letterboxd right here.
I mean, that's what Disney does with these films.
If you're
Especially with nothing can compare to the over-marketing orgy that was Frozen. God. Frozen, it just, ugh.
Yeah.
Why
Did you put my review on the chat?
You didn't give me a link to your review.
Oh,
yeah, I did.
Oh, it's in the agenda.
Yeah, it's in the agenda. It's right here.
It's the box D.
Yeah, you don't see it?
Box D.
Dude, it's highlighted in blue.
It's in the middle.
It's in the middle.
All right, let me just... Well, it's in there. Hold on. Let me just send it to you then.
Yeah, we'll find it. We will find it.
My God, hold on.
Never go there, Simba.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom, except for that one space. It's the 49ers Stadium.
Except for this thing right here.
Oh my God, motherfuck. Okay. Damn it. All right, I don't understand how you didn't see it, but it was in the middle right there, but okay. Anyway.
I'm not blind, you is blind.
If you're interested, don't get on my case about not giving it a high 5-star review when I actually have good points to bring up. Either way, you can consider this my resignation. While there are people out there who are really excited about it, especially in the fandom, I'm sadly not one of them.
I feel like an idiot right now.
Now relax. Relax. We've had worse. Anyway, Krüz, what do you think?
We've done stupider things, and yeah, like that. I'm not as pessimistic about this movie, but I'm just I kind of think it's a little too soon for that. I'm like, it seems like if he's going to rush into a new project like this, then it's not going to turn out well.
Well, we don't even know the release date. It could be like 2020 for all we know.
Yeah, it's already decided to do it, so it's kind of like, I mean, you might have wanted to think this out a little bit. I don't know.
But you know, I have no interest in seeing the new film. I'm not a huge fan of the music. I don't really think. Well, I take that back. Be Prepared is awesome. Circle of Life is good, though I think it's mostly Hans Zimmer's orchestrations. The other songs, forget them. I hate them. I'm sorry. But anyway, like I said, if you guys are, I'm not like too keen on this one, but you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are either interested in seeing this one nonetheless. But other than that, what do you think, Naka?
How the hell is it going to be live action?
Oh, trust me, they'll find a way.
Like, will it be actual shots with CGI, or will it be replaced with?
I
don't know.
Yeah, it'll be actual shots with CGI because
they'll CGI the fuck out of it.
Pretty much.
Well, then just don't actually film anything. Just make it all CGI.
That was his. Yeah, that was his point about the last the Jungle Book, I believe.
It was all CG.
That was his last point.
It was really. It was. I do kind of wish that it was live action, but.
No, was it? Did you say it was like not all CG, or is it mostly CG?
It was like 90%. 90% of it was.
Ew.
Yeah.
It kind of looked awkward, but it wasn't terribly obvious, except for the fact that Mowgli is there, and then everything else is CGI.
Right, but anyway, let's move on to the films that are coming soon to theaters. Well, sadly, I need to pay more attention to what is coming out in theaters because I completely forgot to add this one on the list and had to resend the entire agenda all over again. I hate it when that happens. Sorry, team. Anyway, guess it's time for another one of those late antebellum films. The Birth of a Nation is a 2016 American period drama film based on the story of Nat Turner, the enslaved man who led a slave rebellion in Southampton County, Virginia in 1831. The film is co-written, co-produced, and directed by Nate Parker in his directional debut, and stars Parker as Nat Turner with Armie Hammer, Aja Naomi Keene, Jackie Earle Haley, Penelope Ann Miller, and Gabrielle Union in supporting roles. The film premiered in competition at the 26th Sundance Film Festival on January 25th, 2016. Fox Searchlight Pictures brought worldwide rights to the film in a $17.5 million deal, the largest deal at the film festival to date. At the end of the festival, it won the Audience Award and Grand Jury Prize in the U.S. Dramatic Competition and was highly praised for its directing, acting, soundtrack, and cinematography. Before I get into the summary of what the film's about, I just want to make this real clear. No, this film is not to be confused with D.W. Griffith's early 1915 release, The Birth of a Nation, originally called The Klansman, which you can read on Wikipedia right here.
Yeah, which is still a horrorization of horror. I can't even speak. Historically significant because it was the first full feature-length film ever to be made, albeit a propaganda film. But still.
Well, to be honest, D.W. Griffith wasn't necessarily a racist.
Yeah, they just did, what is it called? Blackface.
Blackface, yeah. Did you put it on the chat?
I'm a little scatterbrained right now. I'm sorry. I have it. I have it. I'm gonna put it in. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. You just gotta stay on top of it, man.
Don't worry about it. Just put the thing.
Anyway. Set against the antebellum South, The Birth of a Nation follows Nat Turner, a literate slave and preacher whose financially strained owner, Samuel Turner, accepts an offer to use Nat's preaching to subdue unruly slaves. As he witnesses countless atrocities against himself and his fellow slaves, Nat orchestrates an uprising in the hopes of leading his people to freedom. In all honesty, I feel like with every Oscar show we've had, it almost seems like we can't go without a possible nominee for civil rights towards African Americans. I mean, granted, I know we're jumping the gun a bit, seeing how the Oscars haven't happened yet, but truth be told, like 12 Years a Slave and Selma, I wouldn't be surprised if this film was nominated for Best Picture. That is, if the film is actually good or not. As for me personally,
promising.
It looks pretty promising, but anyway. As for me personally, I am unsure if the film is actually going to be good, even though Sundance liked it, but I'll let you speak for yourself. With that being said, the film was released on October 7th, 2016. What do you got? And I heard that Nako was a huge fan of this particular story. Could you tell us a little bit more about it, Nako, why you thought this was great?
I love stuff that's like, I love like the 1800s as a whole for a historical standpoint. Because it's always something so interesting to me. The fact that we had the Civil War, we had a big thing in civil rights. It was just, we had, Lincoln being shot. But it's just, the thing with American history is that it's very interesting to me, and I could go on for a fortnight about stuff that I like about in history.
I would join you there.
Yeah, Krüz really likes history as well.
Because I actually have a couple of ancestors who are somewhat historically famous, but that's another story for another day. We could talk about that next week.
But anyway, why does this particular film, why do you want to see it?
Because I haven't really seen a film recreation of Nat Turner, or like a film telling. Like, what I'm trying to see is like a film about Nat Turner, and this looks like it's going to be done right and done well. And damn it, I'm happy for that.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're happy. What do you think, Krüz?
I think a few points that it looks really cool. I mean, historical significance, obviously. The fact that I think the title must have been something on purpose to sort of put a new stigma on the title Birth of a Nation, making it a more, about the end of that era. Plus, it's also, I'm not sure Southampton County, but I'm not sure if I've been there, but it's fairly local to where I live.
Mm-hmm.
I go to Virginia all the time. Not only that, I think it looks like just really well put together, and it looks like it's going to be sort of like this, the same kind of empowering feeling of Selma, but just like maybe just even more lively and engaging.
I could concur with you there, but until it's actually released in theaters, I don't want to I don't want to write it off as it's going to just be another antebellum story with nothing interesting, because there is a lot of interesting things about it. But I'll see what happens with what the rating has to say. But but anyway, we'll get to that when the movie comes out, and we'll see what actually happens. I'm probably not going to buy a ticket, but I just want to let you guys know that. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah. Of course, this week's episode has to have a family kids film attached to it, but I suppose it's safe to say that this particular film, even though I clearly seen it ripping off of Max Keeble's Big Move and even Diary of a Wimpy Kid, may have some value. Maybe. Oh no, we're in trouble. With that being said, Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life is an upcoming American family comedy film directed by Steve Carr, who directed a ton of sequels of other comedy films that I'm not going to mention and will encourage you to just research yourself. That's Steve Carr with 2 R's. The film is written by Chris Bowman, Hubble Palmer, and Cara Holden. It is based on the 2011 novel with the same name by James Patterson and Chris Tebbets. The film stars Griffin Gluck, Lauren Graham, Rob Riggle, Retta Thomas, Barbuska, Andy Dolly, and Adam Pauly. Honestly, upon looking at the director and the amount of silliness this film has, I have no high hopes for this film at all. It may be bright and colorful and have interesting characters, but that's the thing. I feel like I've seen this in other kids' films before, not just here. I don't mean to be a negative Nancy on this one, but honestly, guys, with the amount of horrendous comedies that this director has made, including sequels that didn't need to be there, there's just not much that I think will come out of it. However, who am I to stop you? The film will be released on October 7, 2016. What do you guys think?
I'm going to start off with that. I think you did mention Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This is I want to say, a blatant ripoff of that. I mean, to be fair, there's points that are relatable to it, but I mean, the only funny thing I found about this trailer was whoever the kid's friend was behind the principal, mimicking his actions while he was talking.
Right.
I thought that was hilarious, but other than that, it just kind of seems like way too cheesy.
I agree. What do you think, Naka?
It just seems like a dime a dozen ripoff of a lot of children's stories, and it reminds me of Shorts, The Adventures of the Wishing Rock by Robert Rodriguez.
There was ever an ADHD movie, it was that one.
It was that.
Wait, what was it called?
Shorts. Remember that one?
It's called, it has a few different titles, but Shorts, The Adventures of the Wishing Rock.
I think it was the director who did...
The Adventures of what?
The Adventures of the
Robert
Wishing
Rodriguez.
Rock. Yes.
That's Robert Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez. He did it in 2000. Wait, that was an actual film? Holy shit, I don't even remember any... I don't remember this film at all. I don't remember seeing any of this.
It was so bad.
I thought we talked about it. It was just all over the fucking place. And they said it was on purpose, but I mean, even if it's on purpose, it was still like...
Whoa. Hold on. Was this film worse than, Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
I don't think it was... The CGI was not as bad. Let's put it that way.
Okay, well, even though it had Taylor Lautner as Shark Boy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about this film. I'm sorry if I sound like a negative Nancy, but you guys watch the trailer yourself. Tell me if the film does not look good as it used to be. Okay, is not good. Anyway, not good as not good as it used to be. Just tell me if the film does look good to you or not, because it really doesn't. Anyway,
it really doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Anyway, let's move on. Terrence Malick, the critically acclaimed writer and director of The Tree of Life, comes out with an all-new documentary said to be over 40 years in the making, as described as one of the greatest dreams. That being said, Malik's film that is apparently an IMAX exclusive is Voyage of Time, a documentary that explains the celebration of the universe, displaying the whole of time from its start to its final collapse. The film examines all that occurred to prepare the world that stands before us now: science's spirit, birth and death, the grand cosmos, and the minute life systems of our planet. What's interesting about the IMAX version is that it's 40 minutes long and narrated by Brad Pitt, while the feature-length edition is double the amount at 90 minutes long and narrated by Cate Blanchett. I am unable to deduce as to why there are different versions, but after doing some research, it seems that the IMAX version is better than the theatrical version, for whatever reason that is. If you want to check it out yourself, there's more info about it that you can read right here.
Oh, hey, I actually got it right this time.
Yeah, you did. Let's continue. Sadly for me, as it also happens to be an IMAX, it is also a very expensive ordeal to purchase a ticket for a documentary that lasts about as long as a cartoon special, when IMAX is usually known for having big blockbuster films in its clear 4K scope for around $15 a ticket. And while it seems that 40 minutes is indeed worth it, I just haven't really had much of an engagement, if only because it doesn't really captivate me to see it. However, I'm sure there are some of you who love Terrence Malick's works, like The Tree of Life, that requires you to see some of the most breathtaking scenes ever made in the film history. But as for me, there's just not enough that this film has to offer for. With that being said, the film will be released exclusively to IMAX on October 7, 2017, as well if you're interested. Although I will say, Voyage of Time does have pretty beautiful imagery. I will admit to that, because Krüz and Naka were literally saying that Voyage of Time was actually pretty good. So what do you guys think about Voyage of Time?
It's so pretty.
It looks really cool, but I'm confused too, because I mean, I would expect the Brad Pitt one, which probably, I'm not to be biased, but like more people would probably want because of his voice narration. I mean, there's Morgan Freeman and there's everyone else. I mean, Brad Pitt did seem like he did a good job in the trailer, but I'm not sure what they could get done in 40 minutes. I mean, that seems like something you would just go and see at a museum, at like the Smithsonian or something.
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't be surprised if they would show this at the Air and Space Museum. I honestly wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
it does look cool though.
It does look cool, but like what I'm also like curious is, I don't understand why it had to be an IMAX exclusive film. I mean, I'm pretty sure there is a good reason. It's probably the graphics or the computer imagery that they were able to make, but the 40-minute runtime is just not buying it for me. I mean, like, there's so much I can do with an IMAX, film that is so much worth my time.
Considering the other one is like more than twice as long, and I mean. And because I went along to see the what's it called, Rolling Stone review of the Metallica movie, which said they're going on about that it's hard to film in IMAX because at that time like the cameras were like the size of a house, and that movie. We'll get on about that later. That's another off-topic thing, but it's I guess imagine it's harder to make full-length films in IMAX, but I mean. 40 minutes is kind of not really, and you can't. I don't know if you really have an excuse for that.
Right. What do you think, Naka?
What I think of it is that it's so damn pretty.
It is very, very pretty. I will give it that. But seriously, what do you think regarding the 40-minute and 90-minute runtime?
The 40-minute and 90-minute, like, unless they're getting like exclusive audio and like details why Brad and Angelina broke up. I don't really know what the difference is between the two, but like this is something that my family and I would actually watch and thoroughly enjoy because we are very captivated by this stuff. I mean, we loved Interstellar so much.
I loved Interstellar.
That was amazing.
Oh, it was so good. I was like,
I saw
the
that
music
twice.
Did you like the music?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked it cool. I think that
Hans Zimmer did a very good job with the music.
I think Vector's music, like the whole space journey, sci-fi journey thing, could have gone really well with both of those movies, and especially Collapse at the end. That was the thing.
Yeah, but
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
All right.
You didn't hear a door shut, did you?
Maybe.
We did, but
Damn it! I'm gonna have to like rearrange my camera and make sure that the mic is turned completely off. Because every time I turn my other mic on, it turns the other mic on that's located in the camera.
yeah.
I hate it when that happens. Anyway, oh my God. You know,
Yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, we can somebody just fix it later.
Oh God. Okay.
What?
Is that better? Does my voice sound better?
Yes.
Sounds okay.
Okay, good. Anyway, let's move on. Ignoring the song let's move on to the next film. Ignoring the song in the trailer by the artist who has had more controversy than Justin Bieber, I'll let you figure it out. It seems that Tate Taylor, director of The Help, has decided to take things to a much grimmer place with The Girl on the Train, a 2016 American mystery film, thriller drama film produced by Mark Platt and written by Aaron Cressida Wilson, based on the 2015 debut novel of the same name. The film stars Emily Blunt, Rebecca Ferguson, Haley Bennett, Justin Theroux, Luke Evans, Allison Janney, Edgar Ramirez, Lisa Kudrow, and Laura Prepon. Rachel Watson, an alcoholic who divorced Tom after she caught him cheating on her, takes the train to work daily, fantasizing about Scott and Megan Hipwell's relationship while commuting. However, one day she sees something life-changing, especially now that Megan is missing and presumed dead. From the looks of the trailer, it looks great. I mean, there's a lot of suspense and mystery surrounding it and a ton of good written lines, but the question is this something that I'd possibly watch? And honestly, it kind of depends on what kind of rating the film has been getting on Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb. And while it's not a film that I am personally ecstatic about, it does intrigue me. And if you want to know the whole story, the film will be released on October 7, 2016 too.
Yeah, this one reminded me a lot of Gone Girl.
Yeah, what do you think, guys?
I'll let
Naka?
Krüz explain first if he's not already finished.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess pretty much everything that's attached to Gone Girl, like it's not drawn out suspense, but it's like perfectly paced suspense. I think it's gonna be something like that, and that is something I'm really hopeful for. I don't know. I don't think I would go see it in theaters, but I would try to catch it sometime after it's out of theaters and on demand or something. I'd definitely go and see it then.
All right. I got a lot of mixed signals from this trailer. Is it supposed to be like an action movie, a drama movie, like
I think more
that
drama.
men are dicks? I have no idea what the hell is going on.
You don't?
I think that might be the point.
Honestly don't.
Okay, good.
To confuse you just enough to
make me not see this movie.
I think they intended to make you wonder what it's about.
Yeah.
I mean, they went, especially for you, I think they went a little too far.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of agree with the whole situation. Like, I'm looking at this film, and it's just kind of one of those, we'll see what the film really has to offer. It's interesting enough, but it's just not something that I would need to see unless it really does something else. Anyway. Do you want to move on to our coming attractions?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Okay. All right. I solemnly swear I will not bring this up until the release date. Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are excited for this one because, I'm not going to spoil what happens at the end of the trailer, but let's just say I'm pretty sure you guys are already going to see it. As for me personally, when it comes to Rogue One, I'm only going to see it because everyone else is going to see it. Like, I don't really have a strong desire to see it because it has nothing to do with the current Star Wars story that is going on right now. And
it's more of a backstory.
It kind of is just a backstory for now. But if you guys are really that interested in seeing it, who am I going to stop you? But we'll wait until probably mid-December before we talk about it. Anyway.
Remember Star Wars?
Remember Star Wars? Remember
Chewbacca? Remember Chewbacca?
Oh, I remember. Remember?
Anyway, what do you guys think, Krüz, Naka?
Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars.
Hype.
Krüz, Naka, what do you think?
I think it looks. I like what Abrams did with the last Star Wars, so I have high hopes for this one, and I'm probably gonna see it probably for the reason you mentioned, and also because I know basics of the backstory, but I figured that it would help to know more of it.
Right, I totally see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like when I saw Star
Yeah.
Wars, sorry.
Go ahead.
When I saw Star Wars: The Force Awakens, I saw it in the I believe it was the Showbox Theater in Seattle. Basically, like we had recliner chairs. Like there were speakers in the bathroom, and there was like gourmet snacks and everything. You could drink beer in the theater.
That is so awesome.
Oh, is it one of those theaters? Oh my god! I went to one of those. I went to one of those. What's it called? Cinebistro.
It wasn't necessarily like an Alamo Drafthouse or a Cinebistro, but
Oh, I saw. That's where I saw. What do you call it? Suicide Squad. It was really awesome.
I still haven't
You
seen
saw
that.
Suicide Squad? I still haven't seen it, if only because a lot of people said it wasn't as good as they thought it was going to be. But
I'll just preface it with this: it was much better than Batman vs Superman. It was,
I personally agree to that.
plus El Diablo is a fucking badass.
That I'll agree to. But
Up a
anyway,
Lamborghini.
let's.
He turns into that flaming like Mayan skeleton warrior in the end. Oh god.
But anyway, let's move on. Our next coming attraction is Spence's. After seeing the trailer, I am most intrigued because Denzel Washington is a fucking pimp.
Yeah.
Now that we got that out of the way, do you guys want to? Are you guys interested in seeing this one?
This one looks really. I want to say like it looks like something that's like you want to see how this story ends, and particularly because we've all no doubt had like certain family relationship issues. I mean, this is something I could probably relate to very well in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I totally agree with you. What do you think, Naka?
Like, it seems interesting enough. I really did like the setting and like what was sort of going on. It's something that I will definitely try and go watch.
Oh, I personally agree to that statement. Yeah, that's all I have to say for that one until more is revealed, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But anyway, let's move on to our next coming attraction. 20th Century Women.
Yeah, I just don't understand the
Naka,
title.
keep your butt in the chair. It's not 20th Century Fox.
Hey, I'm
That's
fine
all
with 20th Century Fox. I just hate Fox News.
Yeah, me too.
There's a fine line.
Anyway,
Still not as bad as MSNBC.
yeah, but anyway, what do you guys think about
Triggered!
this one?
It just seems a little boring to me.
Yeah, same here.
It's just boring.
Krüz.
It seems kind of like what is it? I don't know why it's giving me the Mamma Mia movie kind of feel. And please don't start singing the songs. Please don't.
I'm not going
No,
to.
no, no, no.
I'm not going to.
No.
No, I'm not going to.
No.
I'm not going to.
No!
I'm not going to. That movie's awful.
But you might.
No, I'm not.
I just went home recently. It's like, I'm not going to do it, but you might. Yeah, I don't understand why it's called so many 20th Century Women, because it's about 3 women, but it's about them, about how they are impacting on this child's life. It was a boy. I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand why it's called that.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see in what it has to bring. Now, this next coming attraction that I'm pretty sure everyone is excited for is Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch. What can I say?
Looks so good.
As for me, well, I'm not like too excited for this film, and I only really care to see it just because, might as well. I guess I am kind of excited for it with the more with the Inception sort of feel that I'm getting out of this trailer, but no boom. But anyway,
Whoa.
I hope you guys are interested in seeing this particular trailer. What do you think?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so ready for this. This, like, it looks really, really, really well done. Like
I'm holding on to my butt.
Hold on to your butt cheeks. The clenching is real. And, what the hell was that?
Anyway.
No, but
Anyway,
I'm really excited for this movie.
Oh, what are you most excited about it?
It's Benedict Cumberbatch in, like... I know he's been, like... I saw him in Star Trek Into Darkness, and I felt he did a really good role in that, and I really like him in sci-fi roles, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think that's what he does well in. I wanted to see Imitation Game, even though I never got to it, sadly. But
I saw the Imitation Game. It was all right.
Yeah, I like that because of the setting and this critical point in the war about cracking the enigma. But I think like Cumberbatch is one of like the smartest actors I think I know of. Like knows how to like really get into the role, and I think he's gonna definitely do a good job.
Oh yeah.
For Doctor Strange. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. I'm just so ready for this.
All right. And now finally our final coming attraction, which I'm pretty sure most of you already know, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. If you're a huge Harry Potter fan, I'm pretty sure you guys are very excited for this particular film, and yeah, we'll talk about it more when the film actually comes out. And I think it's going to come out, I want to say, I thought it was November or maybe it was December. I'm not too sure. I think it was probably November, but I'm not too sure. But we'll get to that when we get to that. What do you guys think?
Hold on to your butts, because this movie's gonna be so kick-ass.
Yeah, but really, what do you think about it?
I really just, for me, I like the music in the trailer, like the visuals in the trailer, like the effects, I should say, for some of the Fantastic Beasts are done really well, and they look really good.
So I'm wondering again, is this was this the one that was set in the same universe as Harry Potter?
It is. That's why you can recognize the music theme.
Yeah. So that yeah, I loved the Harry Potter movie, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to just go out and see this when it's in theaters, but
well, Harry Potter, out of the trinity of young adult adaptations, it's always been considered the best.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I think that's what gives this one promise.
So I don't understand why you wouldn't go see it. But
Yeah, I'm not so sure if I would be able to, but if it's something that's something I would go out of my way to see, that I would drop something else for. I mean,
right? No, I really do agree with that. Well,
my family and
that
I.
is.
Sorry to interrupt. My family and I have seen every single Harry Potter movie in theaters, so we're.
I've seen every single Harry Potter movie in theaters as well. So.
Not in theaters, but I did see the last two. Not counting the Deathly Hallows as just one, but I think I also saw the Half-Blood Prince in theaters. Other than that, I think I saw them all somewhere else.
Hey, that's pretty good.
But anyway, that's it for all movie news. So yeah, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about?
Unleash the beast. Unleash the fury, Mitch.
Why do you guys, Naka? Why don't you check our email and see if there's any letters?
I will go and check out the email. Because Google likes to, well, my browser likes to default to mine, just switching over to the actual email account, where we have 0 letters.
God damn it, people! You guys suck.
Oh my gosh!
We have to go off topic again.
No,
it's the only way.
We're not going off topic again.
Have we decided the episode title?
I mean, really, I don't think you're gonna. I don't think that one's getting much opposition.
Well, to be honest, I actually have something that I want to actually advertise to people. If you guys aren't ready, if you guys are not aware of the certain podcast that I've been actually taking my time to listen to, Feral Attraction. Have you guys heard of it?
Yes. I think I listened in on only one episode, but other than that, I've mostly been just like checking their tweets and seeing like the stuff that they say, and like I find most of it's like, even though it was really too late for my last relationship, but it was still like pretty insightful still.
Yeah, I agree. I do have one link that I'm going to send to Naka because I do think that this particular episode is actually a very, very good episode. I certainly do hope you guys give it a listen to. We wanted to give both Fox Amoore and Feral Attraction a shout out. So we love you, Feral Attraction. We hope that we can be mentioned in another episode that you do. Maybe we're not gonna ask that of you because we know that you have a lot of things that you need to get taken care of. But other than that, that's really all I have to say about regarding the news for this week. As always, my name is Scarfy Conley.
I'm Naka.
And I'm Krüz. Let's go O's.
And we are the Subwuffer Entertainment Treehouse. We hope you guys have a beautiful night, and have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care.
Stay beautiful. Bye.